フロントウィング、グリザイアの果実。
Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well today. So, we be back with some more Fruit Grisaia, obviously. Yeah, there goes my sleeping well luck I had. I'm incredibly tired, didn't actually fall asleep till like 2 in the morning. Yeah, it's just been a slow start. I've also just been slowly starting to feel more and more off past few days. Hopefully that just kind of goes away. But anyway, enough about me. Game. Alright, so brief recap. Yuji went off to do a job, and Sachi still apparently feeling terrible about how their first attempted happy fun time as a couple ended. Went and sought out advice. Yeah. She went and sought out advice on what to do and how to make it better. And got advice from Sakaki, of all people. Yeah, when we came back later, they apparently ended up having sex inside the grand bathroom, because of course they did. Then we had a beach date, after also Sachi going to talk with Michiru about what she should wear, getting advice from other people. And Sachi was goddamn adorable. So we had a fun little beach date. And then, well, actually, shockingly, when we said it was time to go home, day's just kind of over, Sachi didn't want it to be over. She was being selfish. Which, that's a marked change. Normally she'd just say, okay, and go along with it, but no, she still, even though the day was pretty much over, she still wanted the date to keep going. So, Yuji straight up just kind of asked her, alright, here's something I want you to think about for a bit. Why? Why did you act selfish there? Why did you not want to continue to be the good girl you initially said you were going to be? What's changed? Just something for her to think about and ponder. So progress is being made on that front of getting Sachi's actual views and habits to kind of change to something a little more normal and selfish instead of totally selfless. That kind of thing.
続けますね。
So yeah, things are changing. I mean, there's already been an improvement. She went out on her own to try to improve, you know, sex, I guess. She also went out on her own to seek advice on what to wear besides a maid uniform, because of us just commenting like, oh, you maid uniform again. She went out of her way to ask someone she knew at least understood fashion better, what could she wear? What would look appealing? That isn't the maid outfit. She's starting to do things on her own. She's actually, when being told something, she's actually slowly starting to think about the meaning behind it, not just take it literally word for word. She's trying to actually understand what people mean. So yeah. Sachi is slowly starting to change. So we're gonna load up and continue on from here and see where we go, because so far things are going pretty well. And everyday life, it's like a tower of blocks built by a child. In other words, a random assortment of materials in all sizes, shapes, and kinds, thrown together haphazardly into a structure that just barely manages to stay balanced. When even a single block starts to tremble, the whole tower will begin to teeter dangerously, placing placing especially heavy stress on the pieces closest to the disturbance. And the more crucial that block is to the stability of the whole, the more severe the disruption.
どうしよう、あまね。デイブ教授とマグロマンのフィギュアで遊んでたら、デイブ教授の腕がもげてしまったのよ。
Oh, good lord.
もげたって、どんな遊び方したらそんな風になるのよ。一種格闘技戦。マグロマンにアルゼンチンバックブリーカーかけようとしたら、デイブの腕がうまく曲がらなくて。
Oh my god.
まあ、そうなったら瞬間接着剤でくっつけるしかないんだろうけど、今持ってたかな。ないの？ダメなの？それは大丈夫。私が持ってなくてもきっとさっちゃんが。ってそっか。
Amane stops halfway through her sentence with a glance toward the window. Sachi stands in full maid uniform, gazing vacantly out at the scenery. After returning from our date 3 days ago, the girl's been constantly looking off into the distance with the dazed demeanor of some grizzled old soldier who's just discovered the war ended 5 years ago.
おはよう、さっちゃん。今日はいい天気ね。はい。今日の三島崎の天気は晴れのち曇りで、降水確率は 20% だそうです。そっか。じゃあお布団干しちゃった方がいいかもね。ついでに大根やアジなんかも干してみるのもいいかもしれませんね。そうね。
That said, she still answers when you talk to her directly, if a bit oddly. Apparently, she's just lost in thought. The first of the others to realize Sachi's abnormal condition was Michiru, understandably enough considering she's dependent on the girl's help for a good third of her daily routine. But her vague report that Sachi's acting kind of weird. Goddamn, I can't speak already. Spread throughout our small dormitory in the blink of an eye. And after 3 straight days of this odd behavior, everyone's obviously begun to treat their communal maid a little gingerly, generally refraining from their normal barrage of requests.
やっぱりコンビニまで買いに行こっか。サッチンなら絶対持ってるって分かってるのに、外まで買いに行くのはめんどくさいのよさ。
You're not gonna have a Sachi around all the time. Get used to it. I've got your glue right here. Stopping the pair just as they're making their way toward the front door, I hold up a small tube of super glue.
ユージ。さすがお兄ちゃん。伊達にサッチンの彼氏をやってないのよさ。
While we're at it, I'll reattach Professor Dave's arm for you.
ほんと？いいの？
Yeah. I'm no surgeon, but I've got experience suturing level 2 lacerations. Leave it to me.
縫合の経験がどう役に立つのかわかんねえけど、すげえ説得力な。
It's just glue, arm, dab, stick it together, hold it for a bit so it bonds. Ta-da! You don't need to know how to fucking suture a laceration. I provide the glue they needed, and even reattach the good professor's arm. Normally, this would be a satisfactory resolution to the matter, but Amane seems disciplined to give me a pat on the back. No, disinclined, sorry, I misread that. Disinclined to give him a pat on the back. Of course, I did give everyone a rough explanation once they noticed Sachi's strange behavior. But since I deliberately stayed vague on the details, it seems I haven't quite convinced them to passively sit on their hands. Got something to say? I'll listen.
言いたいことっていうか、ユージはこれからどうするつもりなの？
Didn't I already explain this? Until Sachi finds the answer on her own, I'm gonna stand by and watch over her.
でもそれじゃあ一生答えが出ないってこともあるわけでしょ？
Can't deny the possibility exists.
それにさっちゃんがずっとあんな感じだといろいろと問題も出てくるし。
Like what, specifically?
みちるがカップラーメンしか食べなくなる。昨日はお気に入りの服を洗濯機に破かれたって騒いでたのよさ。
I see. So first of all, Michiru's gonna hit a lifestyle crisis.
言い換えればさっちゃんの頑張りはそれだけみんなの生活を支えてたってことでしょ？
Can't deny Amane has a point. Apart from looking after the care and feeding of Michiru, Sachi's been more or less single-handedly maintaining the facilities of this school. In terms of her duties, she's less a class rep and more a diligent janitor. With no one playing that role, it's all too clear that the campus as a whole will soon be experiencing all sorts of difficulties. Understood. I'll take over the miscellaneous duties she's normally been taking care of.
でもそれで私たちが困らなくなったとしてもさっちゃんがあのままなのは変わらないわけよね。
Well, probably not.
せっかくユージの彼女が板についてきて最近は嬉しそうにしてることも多くなってきたのに、あんな風に考え込んじゃってるところを見せられちゃうとね。一番の友達と自負している私としても元気のないサチンを見てるのは心苦しいのよさ。
Yeah. I see. Even more than their words, the expression on their faces convey keen concern for Sachi. I can understand their feelings. Not that I'm planning to change course. But if this situation drags on too long, I'll have to consider trying to push things along.
ちょっとあまねー、大浴場の床がなんかヌメヌメするんだけど。あんたお風呂で変なもの使ったりしてないでしょうね。
Oh, it hasn't been cleaned.
んなわけないでしょうが。じゃあどうしてヌメヌメってしてるのよ。
Probably because it hasn't been cleaned.
そうか、今週は業者さんも夏休みで寮の清掃が入らないんだっけ。サチがやってくれてる掃除はもともと慈善事業みたいなもんだしね。じゃあサチがカムバックするまでヌメヌメするお風呂で我慢するしかないか。
Or, clean it yourselves? Bunch of lazy fucks. My god. They're so goddamn dependent on her.
ごめん、あんたは自分で掃除しようって気にはならないの？
Thank you, Amane.
だって面倒くさいし、床滑るし、床滑るし。
You just said the same thing twice.
お風呂の掃除やろうとするとチルチルはいつも転んでタンコブ作るもんな。これはもうお告げね。私は一生お風呂掃除をしなくていいっていう神のお告げなのよ。
Yeah, sure, okay. Whatever you say.
ねえ、沸いてる？チルチル沸いてるの？お湯なんて沸かしてないわよ。
God damn it, Michiru.
みちる、あんた。何その目。なんで哀れむ感じで見られてるの私。
Alright. I'll take care of the grand bath.
掃除なら私も手伝えるしね。もちろん私も手伝うのよ。 みんなで掃除をやるって言うなら私も手伝うし、ユージがサチの代わりをやるのもいいけど、だったらサチ自体をなんとかしなさいよ。あんたサチの彼氏でしょ。
I know where you're coming from, but this self-reflection is a phase Sachi has to go through right now.
それは前も聞いたけど、あんたはサチがかわいそうだと思わないの？
Wouldn't say I pity her, but I'm aware that I'm making her go through something harsh.
自覚はあるって。あんたが何もしないなら私がサチに頼んで。
Listen to me, Michiru. As an angry scowl spreads across Michiru's face, I grab her by the shoulders and stare straight into her eyes. Yeah, if someone goes up to Sachi and says, "Stop worrying so much," she'll return to normal. But she's in this school for a reason. And if we pull back now because it's hard to watch her struggle, she's never gonna get out. Try to understand.
何よ、そんなに辛そうな顔して正論を言われたら私がダダを言ってる子供みたいじゃない。
Sorry. I do understand you're all generally worried about her. Apparently the three of them understand my way of thinking. I wouldn't say they're entirely satisfied, but there are no further objections. Anyway, the thing with Sachi's probably gonna cause everyone some problems for a while. But try to bear with it for now.
わかったわよ。もうなんとかしろとか言わない。そうね。もともと私たちがさっちゃんに頼りすぎてたところもあるし、襟を正すいい機会かも。サッチンのためになるって言うなら私も頑張ってみるのよさ。
Right. Looks like we've reached a tentative understanding. In that case, I'm gonna start off by cleaning the grand bath.
あ、だったら私も。
Appreciate the offer, but let me handle it on my own this time.
ってもう言っちゃったか。ユージのやつどういうつもりよ。大浴場一人で掃除するって結構大変なのに。もしかしたらユージなりに責任を感じてるんじゃないかな。責任？ほら、さっちゃんに課題を出したのはユージなわけだし、その分なるべく私たちには負担をかけたくないって思ってるんじゃない？だとしたらあいつも人のこと言えないくらい面倒な性格してるわよ。それにお兄ちゃんが一番サッチンのことを心配してるはずなのよ。
Fair enough.
そうね。じゃあさ、そっとしておいてあげる以外で私たちがサチの力になれることってないの？
Something she's got to do on her own. She's got to have some self-reflection.
力になるって言ってもさっちゃんが何に悩んでるのかがわからないとね。だったらサッチンに聞いてみればいいんじゃね？どんな課題出されたのって。ああ、そっか。ちょっと待って。それってなんか反則のような気もするんだけど。だとしてもまずは聞いてみないとわからないでしょ。
Oh god. Their hearts are in the right place. I'll give them that. Their hearts are in the right place.
もしかしたらハマネさんみたいな無駄にエロい人には教えられませんって言われるかもしれないんだし。
There it is.
にじるいだだだだ。ごめん、私が悪かったからやめて。グリグリしないで。お味噌出ちゃうから。
God damn it. Honestly, the voice acting in this game has been top tier from the beginning. Like, absolute top tier.
まあ私も力になりたい気持ちは同じだし、ここはどうしたらいいか相談してみよっか。相談するって誰によ。
Chizuru? Sakaki? Yuji? No, he would have already asked him by now. Who else is there to ask?
それはもちろんプロフェッサー Y に決まってるのよさ。
Who?
というわけでみんなで協議し合った結果、私たちはあなたにおせっかいを焼くことに決めたわ。
Yumiko, okay. Professor Y. So yeah, they went and asked Sakaki. Okay.
おせっかいですか？
そう、風見くんとのデートから帰ってきた後に小峰さんの様子が変になったのは明らかだし、風見くんからも少なからず事情は聞いているわ。サチには課題を出したって。
そうでしたか。
だから小峰さんがその課題のことで悩んでいるなら相談に乗らせてもらえないかと思って。
相談？
ここなら急に風見くんが通りかかるという可能性も低いし、同じ女性同士腹を割って話し合えると思うの。
確かにそうかもしれませんが。もしかしてユージに言っちゃダメって言われてた？
No, that was never part of the conversation.
いえ、それは言われていません。
All he told her was, I gave you 3 questions. Think them over and try to come up with the answers for them.
よし、これで第一関門突破ね。
安心するのはまだ早いわ。口止めされていなくても私たちに話してくれるかどうかは小峰さん次第よ。
Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't want to share, she won't share.
そっか。どうサチ、私たちに話していいって思う？それは。
小峰さん、私たちは無理強いをしてまであなたの悩みが聞きたいわけではないの。一人のクラスメイトとして、友人として、あなたが相談してもいいと思えたら話してくれればいいから。
You don't have to, but the option is always there. Yeah. That's something I feel important and try to live by. Being open to friends. You can tell me anything if they want to tell me. No pressure. I could tell them anything if I want to. No pressure either way. Those are the good kind of friends.
わかりました。私も数日考えて答えが出ないままですし、このままではゆうくんや皆さんに迷惑をかけ続けてしまいます。ですから皆さんの知恵を貸してください。
ええ、もちろん。
というのがゆうくんからの課題です。私、何か変なことを言ったでしょうか？
いいえ、変なことというより、
ユージの出した課題にとても簡単なことと全くわからないものが混じってて。テキストの設定をしま
Nope,
す。
that's not what I'm looking for. I thought there was a thing where I could see the log of all the stuff that's been said. So I want to go back and see what the hell the questions were again, because I cannot remember exactly. Maybe I can find it online quick. Hmm. Yeah, I can't really find it. I think I was getting dangerously close to frickin' spoiler territory. That's okay though. They'll probably bring it up again.
確かにそんな感じよね。あの課題の中に簡単なものがあったんですか？
まあそれも私たちの考えが合っていればなのだけれど。
それでも構いません。ぜひ皆さんの見解を聞かせてください。じゃあ一度話を整理させてもらうけど、さ
Oh,
っちゃん
there's
が出
two. I
さ
thought
れ
it
た
was
課題
three
は、
questions.
この間のデートでどうしてわがままを言ったのかと、ユージが何に気づいてほしいのかを当てるってことでいいのよね。
All right, so they distilled it down to that too. Why she was selfish and what what Yuji wants her to understand.
はい、ゆうくんは確かにそう言っていました。で、私たちが簡単だと思ってるのはわがままを言った理由の方でいいのよね。そっちの答えはすぐに分かったし。いいさっちゃん、今まではそんなことなかったのに、この前のデートで初めてわがままを言った。それはさっちゃんがそれだけユージのことを好きになったからよ。
Love.
私がゆうくんのことを好きに？
I could believe it. Well, I mean, I could believe she could fallen for him. Is he a great guy? Not really. Whatever. Okay, he tries. He does. He's just very misogynistic. And an asshole. He does have a heart underneath all that.
そう、さっちゃんがわがままを言ったのはユージと遊んでいるのが楽しくて、もっとこの時間が続いてほしいって思ったからでしょ。はい、その通りです。それはユージのことが好きじゃなきゃ思わないことだもの。じゃあ私はユウくんのことが好きなんでしょうか？え？サチ、今さら何言ってんの？だって私、自分がユウくんのことを好きなのかよくわからなかったから。あのね、サチ。じゃあ、ユージから買ってもらった服を着たいと思ったのはなんで？
それに最後までしてくれなかったことが気になったのも。
もっと言えば、教室の席をユージのそばに移したのもね。もしそれがユウくんのことを好きだという証拠なら、私はもうずいぶん前からユウくんのことが好きだったということになります。じゃあサッチンはお兄ちゃんのことが好きだっていう自覚がなかったのに彼女になってたの？
I mean, you can go on dates and have sex without there being any actual love. Lust is a thing. You do you.
ユウくんがなってほしいって言ってたし、私も嫌じゃなかったから。嫌じゃないって、さすがにこの鈍さだとユージにも同情しちゃうわね。確かに
すみません。私の察しが悪いせいで皆さんにご迷惑を。
だからって謝る必要はないけど、私たちの言いたいことはなんとなく伝わった？
はい。付き合い始めた頃より私がゆうくんのことを好きになったからということです。
そういうこと。
Okay, I hit that one a little early.
ってことは、これで課題の一つはクリアってことじゃない？
Yeah, problem number 1. You love Yuji. That's why you wanted the date, why you were selfish.
だといいのですが。
その代わりにもう一つの課題が難問なのよさ。
そうね。風見くんが小峰さんに気づいてほしいことというくくりではあまりにアバウトすぎるわ。はい。そちらに関しては私も見当すらつけられない感じでして。
だとしたら時間をかけて考えていくしかないのかも。つまり答えが出るまでこういう会議を開いていくってわけね。
私は嬉しいのですが、そんなに協力してもらっていいんでしょうか？
そんなの当たり前じゃない。私たちの方から相談に乗らせてくれって頼んでるのよ。
Bit right, what's going on? Okay, you're stabilized.
みちる様。
そういうわけだから、私にもどんどん相談してほしいのよ。
マキちゃん。それじゃあ小峰さん、この会議はこれから定期的に開いていくということで問題ないわよね。はい。こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
Okay. Damn, that took nearly 2 hours. When cleaning a large area alone, there's an inevitable cost in terms of both time and physical energy. And Sachi's been doing this practically every day. No matter how efficient she is, that's some serious effort she's putting in on our benefit.
ああ、風見くん、ちょうどいいところに。
Yes, Chizuru. Sorry, Princess, but you're a little young to be in here. This is a grown-up building.
そっか。じゃあ、千鶴、もっと大きくなってからまた来るね。
Holy fuck! That voice got really high. Chizuru, you need to have a route. I'm sorry. I will not get over this. I like the principal. Chizuru.
世にも奇妙なものを見たような顔しないで。いつもからかわれている仕返しにちょっと乗っかってみただけでしょ。
Right. Sure. Sorry. Normally the woman gets all in a huff over even the gentlest jokes, so I was honestly afraid she just lost it.
あなたはどうしてそう意地悪なのかしら。
Don't know, but the women I sleep with seem to love it. Jesus Christ.
あのね。
So what are you doing all the way out here anyway? Something urgent come up?
ああ、そうそう。実は夏休みが終わる前に連絡しておきたいことがあったんだけど、みんな出かけてるみたいで。
Something you wanted to tell us about?
みんなごめんね。急に集まってもらっちゃって。
Chizuru stands before us with both arms folded behind her back, the very picture of a composed principal addressing her students. You'd never guess she was role-playing as a schoolgirl all of 30 minutes ago. Fortunately, it didn't take long to gather the others. They got in touch with the Mane right away, and apparently all 5 of them were off doing something as a group for once.
それはいいんですけど、重要な連絡事項って何ですか？もしかして真夏日が終わるまで夏休みを延長するとか？
Oh, I wish.
それなら私も大賛成よ。なんなら一年中真夏日でもいいくらいだし。
Just shut the school down.
エアコンがなくても？
すみません学園長、話を続けてください。それじゃあ本題に入るけど、今回の連絡は夏休みが延長されるとか、この学校がなくなるとか、そういう話ではありません。
In fact, summer vacation is over right now. Get to class.
しかもあなたたちにとっては残念な知らせになるでしょうね。じゃあこの話はなかったということで。
Oh my god.
おととい出直してきな、お嬢ちゃん。こらこら。2人とも夏休みが始まる前はもうちょっと落ち着いていたような気がするんだけど。
Sorry, Principal Tachibana. They seem to be suffering from an overdose of summer vacation. I'll make sure to discipline them later.
しつけー！なんだか塩ビな香りがするわね。塩ビじゃなくて陰ビな。単刀直入に言うと、新学期が始まってすぐに学力テストを実施します。
What a face. Hey, Jen, how's it going?
学力テスト？ええ、今回のテストは学力調査の一環として全国の学校機関を対象に行われるもので。
Yes, we want to see how our school of 6 matches up to, you know, every other school in the nation. Totally couldn't go terribly. It's a going, eating brunch for once. Ooh, nice. What you having?
学年に関わらず全員が同じ内容のテストを受けてもらうことになっています。
全員が同じ内容ということは、出題範囲の方はどうなっているんです？
Chapcha? Oh, okay. Huh. Now I'm hungry for it. Thanks.
年齢がアドバンテージにならないよう、みんながこれまでに習った範囲からのみ出題される予定になっているわ。
Oracle! The day's been pretty good. A bit of a slow start. I'm still very tired, but I'm doing alright. How are you doing, hon?
Naるほど。それなら特に問題ないわね。
さすが榊さんね。
Of course, Sakaki's like cool about this standardized test. Getting by one step at a time. Good, good. I'm glad.
松島さんも普段から予習復習をしっかりしておけば、こういう時も慌てなくて済むようになると思うわよ。
Michiru just getting called out.
夏休みを楽しむのも大事だけど、後で後悔しないように しっかり勉強しておくようにね。
And Sachi's still in a funk. Unsurprising.
小峰さんもちゃんと聞いてる？
あ、はい。先日駅前のランジェリーショップで18,000円の勝負下着を購入していたことはそっと私の胸にしまっておきます。
What? What? Okay.
小峰さん、いきなり何を？
You intending to make use of those sometime soon, Principal Tachibana? Oh, hey, just on Monica. Pink girl like Nazi. Yeah, but not a tsundere at all. Very much a Meido. Also, game day? Game day? Whatever.
いや、それはともかく、休み明けにテストがあることはちゃんと伝えたからね。
Alright, bye, Tachibana. Beads of sweat rolling down her forehead, the principal frantically wraps up her announcement, then scampers out of the dorm. Not the most dignified retreat I've ever seen.
でも、夏休み明けに学力テストか。こりゃ、ちずちゃんが言ってたように、ちょっと勉強しといた方がいいかもね。
Calling your principal Chizu-chan. Damn. I don't think they have that much respect for her.
チルチルはどうやったらテストをバックれられると思う？風よ風。古今東西ずる休みするときの言い訳は風って決まってるんだから。
I love Michiru's like shit-eating grin. God, the expressions on these characters is amazing all the time. Yeah, I know, right?
ほらそこ、隠れて悪い相談しない。だってテストよ。私がこの世で2番目に嫌いなものが夏休み明けに待ってるのよ。じゃあ一番嫌いなのは？子供に決まってるじゃない。
Her number one hated thing is children. Oh my god. Oh yeah, she'd be mad.
自分を嫌いなものの一番に持ってくるのも珍しいわね。
Someone get some ice, cause Michiru just got burned.
それどういう意味？
なんでもないわ。
Something I just kind of realized. We have not seen the cat in a while. I mean, we saw the cat a lot in Michiru's route before it unfortunately, you know, died. But because we're not on her route, the events that led up to that happening didn't happen, so the cat should still be fine and around somewhere. Also, this is very clearly still Tsundere Michiru, so she's not flip-flopping right now. Aren't you? She is the second most childish of them all, of all 5 of them. Easily. Okay, I understand that you hate tests, but the point of this thing is to investigate scholastic achievement levels. It's not going to influence your grades even if you do terribly, right? You choose the blonde? Yep, she is the blonde. The blonde, twin-tailed pseudo-tsundere. Not a real tsundere, she's a pseudo-tsundere, because she tries too hard. Just can't get it right.
あんた何も分かってないわね、ユージ。
What?
本当に勉強が苦手な子ってのはね、テストって言葉を聞いただけで具合が悪くなるようなレベルのことを言うのよ。ごめん、そこ威張るとこ？
Pathological testophobe, is it? That's a new one.
とうとううなり出したわね。
Oh, good. She started moaning.
でも、
あー
チルチルの気持ちは私もちょっとわかるのよさ。そうだねえサチ、テストなくしてよテスト。サチならできるでしょ。
Oh no. Okay, the fact the music is gone now too, that's worrying. Last time someone asked Sachi to make a test go away, she burned her school down. This ain't good. This is not good. I think Michu has just undone all progress Sachi has made. The instant Michiru yelps out her desperate entreaty, time comes to a halt. For me and Sachi, at least. The others simply glance in Michiru's direction with standard expressions of exasperation and pity. Normally, I might have reacted in the same way. But since I know about the events that brought Sachi to this school, those words hit hard enough to leave me stunned.
どうサチ、あんたほどのパーフェクトメイドならテストをなくすことすら可能なんじゃない？
She did last time, but again, she burnt down her school. Not even in a malicious way either. Someone just straight up said, I don't want to take the exam, make the exam go away. She literally went through a whole logic of how to make it go away, and that would be to burn the fucking school down. Oh my god. Oh no. This is gonna be bad.
それは。
The frozen moment is shattered as Michiru blunders on ahead. Sachi, clearly flustered, hesitates to answer.
あいた！こらミチルン、いくらテストが嫌だからって無理を言ってさっちゃんを困らせないの。
Oh, thank God.
そんなの分かってるわよ。私だって本気で頼もうとしたわけじゃん。
Right, I'm sure she wasn't. Michiru's words lacked any real malicious intent. She'd backed herself into a corner of all that theatrical complaining. Jokingly asking Sachi for help was just her attempt at an exit strategy. But... it's alright. We're gonna accept that request. Wait, what? Fundamentally, Sachi's gonna take charge of this one. But if it seems like she's gonna fail, I'll step in and make it happen. In other words, we're taking joint responsibility. Okay, how are you gonna stop a nationwide test?
ちょっとユージ、何言ってるの？
Hmm? Just answering Michiru's petition. We'll get rid of that test, as requested.
あんた何言ってるのよ。いくらサチが無敗のメイドだからって学校のテストをなくせるわけないじゃない。
She did it before.
お風呂を掃除しろとか何かが欲しいとかそういうお願いとは違うのよ。
She's done it before. I wouldn't be so pessimistic.
え、
Just so happens that he asked someone who's successfully gotten rid of a test before. Oh my god.
それは本当なの、さっちゃん。
はい、ゆうくんの言っていることは本当です。ミチル様と同じ依頼は前にもお願いされたことがあります。
それで本当にテストがなくなったの？
Yeah, she did. To borrow Michiru's phrase, she's been an invincible maid for a very long time now.
さっちんすげえ。さっちゃんならもしかしてとは思うけど、学校のテストをなくすなんてどうやったら。
それは
Are we just gonna straight up say it? Okay. That's gonna be a secret until the day of the exam.
なんでよ。どうせ後でわかることなら今教えてくれてもいいじゃない。
Tell me something, Michiru. Which is the more enjoyable way to receive a present? When you know what's inside? Or when you don't?
それは中身を知らない方じゃない？普通に考えて。
Right. Same deal here.
ああ、なるほど。やるじゃない、ユージ。あんた、なかなかのエンターテイナーね。
You're too kind. Sachi sits quietly on the sidelines as I push the discussion forcefully ahead, her eyes fixed on me. Guess I'm asking after the fact, but I assume you're alright with this, Sachi?
それは
After all, turning her down would mean you're refusing to help someone. Guess that'd make you a bad girl.
それは嫌です。
In other words, you'll accept the request?
はい。私はいい子でいなければいけないですから。
Oh boy. Right. And for you, a good girl is a person who does what they're told, never refusing, never objecting. A wind-up doll marching along the path others set out for it. Is this the scene I think it's gonna be? Make a test go away? She burned her school down. Yeah. Yeah, mobile sucks in that regard. For making clips. Also, I love the name of that clip. Tall, polite rats. Twitch really needs to work on their mobile app. Make it work a little better. Yumiko, do you know about Sachi's past?
さっちんがうなずいた。ってことは、本当に学力テストをなくすつもりなの？
Sachi wouldn't joke about this. And since I've assumed responsibility for her success, I won't allow her to fail.
まあ、ユージが頼りになるのは最近のサチぶりからも明らかだし。確かにお兄ちゃんが一緒ならテストだってなくしてしまいそうなのよさ。
That's right. Rest assured, we'll take care of it. Feel free to slack off for the rest of your summer vacation.
分かったわよ。どうやってテストをなくすのかは知らないけど、あんたに任せたからね、サチ。
はい、私にお任せください。
Well, things were going smoothly. And now we gotta do this again. Sachi, you have a second?
はい。
As the group disperses, I stop Sachi before she can leave the lobby.
今日はいつもと同じメイド服なのですが、どこかおかしかったでしょうか？
Noticing that I'm running my eyes over her clothing, she requests an explanation in a slightly puzzled tone of voice. Not really. Your street clothes the other day left a strong impression, so I was just doing a little mental comparison.
すみません。課題の答えを考えるのに精一杯で、服装までは気が回らなくて。
I see.
もしゆうくんがご希望のようでしたら、今からでも着替えてきますが。
No, that's alright. Not necessary.
そうですか。
Yeah. There's no meaning in her wearing those clothes unless she does it of her own, on her own initiative. The conversation grinds to a halt. For a moment, there's a vaguely awkward silence between us. Yeah, this is kind of awkward. You're asking her to repeat the thing that got her into this school. And helping her somehow, too.
ゆうくん、一つ質問してもいいでしょうか？
Depends. What do you want to know?
どうしてゆうくんはみちる様の依頼を受けるとおっしゃったのでしょうか？
Let's see. A little tricky to explain, actually. Mainly, I thought accepting that request would help you find the answer to the questions I gave you the other day.
課題の答えがですか？
Yeah. Also, I wanted to see how you'd react today when faced with the same request you accepted back then. And if you didn't refuse, how would you try to carry it out? Long story short, you can say I dragged you into this for my own selfish reasons.
それでも構いません。ゆうくんから尋ねられて、みちる様の依頼を受けると決めたのは私ですから。
Right.
それに、あの依頼を受けることで答えが見つかるのだとしたら、私は一生懸命頑張るだけです。
I don't know what Sachi thinks about the incident she caused at her previous school. I don't know whether she regrets it or hides behind rationalizations. But when Michiru asked her to get rid of the test, Sachi hesitated for a moment with uncertainty in her eyes. And after I pushed her into consenting, she asked me why. At the very least, something about the idea of repeating her actions made Sachi uncomfortable, even unsettled. That she nonetheless decided to accept that request can only mean one thing. The laws that bind Sachi haven't loosened their grip on her.
ゆうくん？
Ah, sorry. It's nothing.
そうですか。
Yep. All because her parents died because she didn't listen to them. She ran away and they died trying to find her. So she must be a good girl and agree to every request. She's got a lot of that fuck anybody up? Oh yeah. Were you here for her flashback backstory, Jen? I can't remember. But just to kind of fill everyone else in, Sachi was an only child with two parents that worked in kind of like a machine, had their own like home machine shop kind of thing. She had a great life. Her parents just, somewhat spoiled her, or at least put a lot of attention on her, even foregoing and delaying projects just to take care of her. But then after something happened where their business started to pick up, they kind of started neglecting Sachi a little more and more. Even to the point of hiring a nanny just to take care of meals for her while they're working. Barely even saying hi to her. One birthday, she didn't even see them until late at night. So she's just kind of... I remember her hanging out with another kid. You mean young Yuji? So she just kind of go off on her own, kind of do whatever, trying things to make her parents, pay attention to her, like getting good grades, but then they still didn't care that much. They were too focused on work. Then she met young Yuji at a park, and they would hang out all the time, mostly Sachi dragging him along to do things. Come her next birthday, her parents said, "We've put off all work entirely, we're not doing anything of that today, we're spending it all with you," and she just kind of snapped at them and ran away, with them, obviously wanting their daughter to come back so they can talk. So she goes to the park, hoping to find Yuji there, even though he already said he's going to be moving. He's actually should have already been gone by now, but she's a kid. She was holding out that hope he'd be there. Obviously he wasn't, and when her parents finally showed up at the park, running to her, a truck came by and hit both of them. Her dad was dead at the scene. Her mom was conscious for a little bit, and as far as I know, is still in a vegetative state. So that screwed her up. Big time. So she figured for that, because she didn't listen to her parents to stop running and come back, that led to that happening. So she's kind of got in her head now. She's got to listen to what everyone tells her to. If they ask her to do something, she has to do it. Because she needs to be a good girl. So she's definitely got a lot of PTSD. And from that, developed some OCD tendencies. What Yuji's been kind of doing is slowly trying to break that. Ever so slightly, at least trying to get her to realize this isn't a good and, healthy habit in any way. But I guess now he's just going through pure shock factor. I don't know. So yeah, back to the whole burning the school down thing that she did. Some person in her class, who's very obviously supposed to be like a delinquent bully type, would just start telling her to do things, and obviously Sachi would do them. Got to the point they said they didn't want to take an exam, told Sachi to. Hey, make the exam go away, I don't want to take it. So Sachi thought long and hard about how would you feasibly get rid of an exam. It's like, you could just take all the papers, but they could just print off some more. Stuff like that. Could try taking the answers, but then that means you're still having to take the test. It would just be delayed. So, in her mind, she rationalized the only way to make this exam actually go away would be to get rid of the school itself. So she set fire to her own school. And that landed her in this special school. Which, I don't know, just everyone has their own circumstances for being here. Michiru's was, trying to carve out her own heart and coming out of the psych ward after a few years because of DID due to a heart transplant, or that came from a heart transplant. And Sachi's was, burning down a school. So I'm semi-scared of what Amane, Makina, and Yumiko have as reasons for why they're here. This game is a ride. This game is such a ride. Anyway, one last thing I wanted to ask. Do you have a plan in mind for getting rid of this test?
はい、一度達成した依頼ですから、今回も問題ないと思います。
Oh my god. Already succeeded once, huh? Well, in that case, I guess I probably wouldn't need to get involved.
はい、
Or
ゆう
won't,
くん
whatever.
はいつも通りに過ごしてもらって大丈夫だと思います。
It's interesting the aspect that you don't know right away why they're there, unlike Katawa. Yeah. Even the entirety of, like, the common route, you don't get this. You don't get these underlying problems. It's still mostly, like, little slice-of-life type of things. Mostly for comedic effect with a few little heartwarming things here and there. It's not until you really get into the route proper that you realize why they're here. And when the real meat and potatoes of this begins. Like, I did not expect all of this, of them to be having DID, PTSD, and all that. I think I actually bought this game and downloaded it because when people asked for games similar to Katawa Shoujo, they recommended this. I don't think this is what they meant. They did, instead of a more physical kind of thing, it's a more psychological thing they got going on. Wait, why is Yuji at the school? From what we know, he works for some corporation or whatnot, presumably doing some shady stuff like assassinations. And I guess he requested to have a normal school life for a bit or something? Because his whole life has been kind of weird. Again, he lived in the mountains with a master for a while, apparently. Yeah, so he just kind of asked, hey, can I have a normal school life? And they said, sure. We'll still call you if we need you to do a job. So he got set up at a school that presumably they have ties to or helped set up. So that's why he's here. He was doing this for his own selfish reasons. Basically, Shiji, I say, having never watched Eva. Don't worry, I've never watched Eva, so you could say that is true and I would believe it. So yeah, his whole reason to be here was, I want to experience a real school life. And be a student. And then he gets wrapped up in all their shenanigans. We also apparently knew the principal before coming here too. They make some reference of how Yuji having helped Chizuru in the past. So this is also kind of like her repaying that. So Chizuru, I think, is fully aware of what we actually do. But she's not but she's still accommodating to us to, let us be at her school. We don't get too much about Yuji's past and all that, other than what he has said through all of his random narration. I mean, even in this route... before we were told he had a sister who liked to read, and that's where he developed his habit and like of reading himself, because his sister would just kind of pass off books to him. So he would just kind of keep going from there. And in this route, when we got flashbacks with young Sachi and Yuji, He would say his sister was like a genius and he was just kind of there and a leftover and a waste of space. So we kind of get something. That's more or less all we've kind of got about Yuji himself. He didn't have the greatest childhood, then his family died, I guess. He went to live with someone in the mountains that trained them, and now he's like a corporate assassin, I guess? We don't get too much, and the blonde woman that shows up every now and then, that's his handler. She's like his legal guardian, but it's also, you know, it's like, hey, I need you to do this job, come on, let's go. So Yuji has a backstory, we just don't get a lot of it.
いえ、私はゆうくんの彼女ですから、何かあったらいつでも呼んでください。
With a smile and a demure little bow, Sachi calmly heads back to her room. Sachi may be confident now, but if she attempts to use the same method as before, she's almost certainly going to fail. That was weird. It almost seemed like everything kind of froze for a second. That's not a problem in itself. Sachi has to fail if she's ever going to break out of the status quo. But failure alone would likely accomplish nothing more than leaving a new wound on her heart. Failure's necessary, but she can't allow herself to fail. Solution's obvious enough. She just needs to fail by succeeding. There's a fundamental contradiction hiding inside the laws Sachi's bound herself to. And if she needs help to realize its existence, I'll use any means necessary to provide the key. Oh, hell. A little before midnight, there's a sudden knock at my door. Sakaki, right? It's not locked.
どうして私だと?
When I said Sachi had gotten rid of a test before, you were the only one who looked startled.
そう。顔に出していたつもりはなかったのに、よく見ているわね。
I'm a part-time cleaner, after all. Can't overlook even the smallest specks of dust.
ほこりね。
Repeating my words with a knowing tinge of irony, Sakaki walks to the center of my room, letting the door close behind her. So, why drop by a man's room at this hour? Decided it was about time to throw away your virginity? Fuck's sakes.
残念ながら、あなたに処女を捧げるつもりはないわ。
Not on this route, at least. I'm sure in her actual route we will. Ah. Money troubles, then? In that case...
風見くん、私はあなたに聞きたいことがあるのよ。
And what would that be? Noting a clear change in tone of Sakaki's voice, I decided it's wisest to stop teasing her.
あなたはテストをなくしたいという理由だけで一人の少女が学校に火を放ったと噂されている事件のことを知っているかしら?
Interesting story. Sounds a bit far-fetched, though.
そう。あなたが知らないというなら、そのことに関してはもう聞かないけれど。
Okay, so she knows full well why Sachi's here.
あなたたちのクラスメイトとして一つ明確な答えを聞かせてちょうだい。
Can't promise anything until I hear the question.
じゃあ 松島さんの依頼を受けると言ったのはあなただけれど、小峰さんに危ない真似をさせるつもりじゃないのよね。
What if I say it's a possibility?
私にも考えがあるわ。
Oh my god, you and the box cutter. You're not a threat! We've established this in your first scene together. You are not a threat. With clear anger in her voice, Sakaki takes out her box cutter and pushes the blade with a violent snap. I admire the spirit, but the odds of you actually touching me with that thing aren't even 1 in 100.
それでも意識があるうちは何度でもあなたに刃を向けるでしょうね。
Alright, I got the message. My bad. Do me a favor and put away the weapon. When I declare my surrender, Sakaki heaves a long, heavy sigh and slowly sheaves her makeshift knife. To be perfectly honest, the potential risk depends on how things play out. Can't say for sure whether she'll be in any danger. But no matter what means Sachi chooses in the pursuit of her objective, I can promise you I'll protect her with everything I've got. That not good enough?
危険な目に合わせないとは約束できないの？
No, I can't. You're concerned about Sachi's safety to the point of menacing me with a box cutter. It'd rub me the wrong way if you make a it would rub me the wrong way to make you a promise I can't keep. And truth is, drastic measures may prove necessary.
そう。あなたの話から推測すると、小峰さんが抱えている問題というのは精神的なものなんでしょうね。
Sorry, but I can't be the one to tell you that.
そうね。今のは軽率な発言だったわ。
Anyway, Sachi's not the only one who's going to be affected by this. Might end up inconveniencing you and the others as well.
私たちに？
Yeah. Of course, I promise to contain any danger and keep you all safe. But if things do get ugly, I'd appreciate your help.
自分の手の内は明かさずに協力を求める。実に身勝手な話ね。
I'm aware of that, but I'm still asking. Please, Sakaki.
わかったわ。もしそうなったら、できる限りの協力はする。
Right. Appreciate it.
でも、覚えておいて。私はあくまで小峰さんのために協力するのよ。
That's supposed to be your take on Michiru's tsundere thing?
違うわよ。
Sakaki turns away with a scowl. I'm not sure if she's really too disgusted to look at my face, or just trying to hide the light blush on her cheeks.
とにかく、これで話は終わったから、私は失礼させてもらうわ。
Hey, Sakaki.
何よ。
All this time, I've been a little more dubious about this whole thing. This place, this lifestyle, being a student. But as of right now, I think I'm all over that. I'm glad I came to this school.
なぜそれを私に？
Who knows? Maybe I just wanted you to hear it.
そう。
Sakaki quietly leaves my room with an uncharacteristically gentle expression on her face. Although I hadn't expected it to happen this way, I have managed to gain something of an accomplice. Sakaki possesses both level-headed judgment and the ability to project authority. I don't think anyone's better suited to take care of the others when and if the time comes. But even with the cooperation of our classmates more or less assured, there's still plenty of problems I need to take care of. And if my estimate of the situation is correct, the drastic measures I mentioned are absolutely going to prove necessary. Which means I need to get moving. "10 minutes to go." It's a boiling summer day, and I'm standing out in the sun, staring down at my watch as I wait for a visitor. To carry out my plan, I'm going to need cooperation from a number of concerned parties. But even among them, it's safe to say the person I'm about to meet is the single most crucial piece of the puzzle. Let me guess. JB? 5 minutes. 3 minutes. Exactly 180 seconds before the arranged time, I hear a high-pitched engine approaching. Only moments later, a certain flashy sports car draws to a halt outside the gate. No less an eyesore than the first time I saw it. Precisely on time, huh? Just what you'd expect from a German.
お待たせ。
JB steps out of her car, carelessly brushing up a loose lock of that shaggy blonde hair she's so proud of. Sorry for dragging you all the way out here.
確かに、ユージの方から呼び出すなんて珍しいわね。もしかして、もう学生を辞めたくなった？
Yeah, I don't think so. Actually, it's the opposite.
逆？
Yeah, I want to stay at this school. Keep up the whole normal student thing. And to make that possible, there's something I absolutely have to do.
なんだか私、とても嫌な予感がしてきたんだけど。
That's JB for you. Can't count how many times that sharp nose for trouble has saved my ass.
ここで褒められても嬉しくないわね。で、本人が認めているからはっきり聞くけど、ユージがどうしてもやらなければいけないことっていうのはどんなことなの？
Alright, Yuji. What's your crazy plan? I was hoping you might ask. I actually got a favor to ask of you.
頼み？
So that's the shape of it. Pretty simple, right? Sorry. Too simple, huh? Must have been a bit of a letdown.
その逆よ！よりにもよってそんな、あなた一体何を考えているの？
What the hell did he ask her for? After carefully considering all the relevant factors, I concluded this would be the single most effective approach.
すべてのことって、それがサチのためだってことはわかるけど、本当にそれだけのことをしなければいけない必要があるの？
What the fuck did he ask? Depends on her, but in all probability, yes. I don't think anything less is gonna get it done. Otherwise, I think Sachi would have found the answer to my problem by now. And if I'm gonna make this happen, I need your help, Julia.
だからといって、そんな話に私が協力すると思う？
Probably not. You've never been the sort to put aside the big picture for a smaller objective.
それなら、
Please listen to me, Julia. I've had enough regrets for one lifetime. I'm sick and tired of being a powerless bystander. It's not like I want to go around rescuing random people like some sort of superhero. But when there's someone suffering in front of me, and when that someone's a person I care about, I want to do everything I can to help them.
それがサチだと。
That's right. When I learned about her identity and her burden, I wanted to help her. That feeling was absolutely real, and it's only gotten stronger over time. And if I turned a blind eye to her problem now, I don't think I'm ever going to understand the meaning of the words Asako left me. Who's Asako again? Is that his sister? Is that his master? I cannot recall.
それがあなたの出した答えなのね。わかったわ。私もできる限りの協力はする。
His master? Alright, thanks, Nick. Also, hey, Nick, how's it going? You sure about that?
あなたがそこまで言うなら、きっとそれだけの覚悟があるんだろうし。
Fine? Good, good.
ここに朝子がいたら、男が頭を下げてきたら、女は黙ってうなずくくらいの気概が必要だって言われそうだしね。
Oh my god. Sorry. I appreciate it.
ただし、いくら市ヶ谷に赤坂の後ろ盾があると言っても、融通を利かせられる範囲は限られているわよ。
Okay, what the fuck did he ask? I'm aware, yes. Don't worry, I'm not planning to give Ichigaya any headaches. As long as you can get me the East Beach Express information and the soup, I'll figure out the rest on my own. What?
なんとかするって、あなた、そっちの方の知識も持っていたの？
You haven't forgotten what sort of person my master was, have you?
そうだったわね。
Asako trusted you more than anyone else, you know. And the same goes for me now. In fact, you're the only person in the world I'd call family. What I'm trying to say is, I really am grateful, JB. You should take a hint. It's probably gonna be something stupid like a fucking bomb. It's like, give me all the C4 you can get me. We're gonna literally blow this place up. Sorry, Chizuru.
普段あれだけ可愛げないことを言う子からそんなことを言われるとなんだか調子が狂うわね。
My sincere apologies.
まあ養子に対する一つの親孝行とでも思っておくことにするわ。
Sure. At a filial blah, 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 I can't even speak. Give me that. Give me a second.
Slightly different. This is said as filial piety.
Filial piety. Filial piety. Thanks, Jen. I try. I do try. The filial piety. I guess I'll refrain from pointing out the contrast between these cynical words and the visible wetness in the corner of her eyes. Oh, one last thing. I want you to get me 4 tickets for a helicopter ride. It's okay because you learned and now you know? Yeah. Yeah.
ヘリクルージングってそんなもの何に使うの？
That part's a secret.
わかったわ。用途については聞かないけど、詳しい日時が決まったら連絡してちょうだい。こっちも準備が整い次第連絡するから。
Yeah. Go ahead and draw the funds you're gonna need out of my account.
それは構わないけど、 さっきの話を聞いた限りだと、ユージのやろうとしていることを成功させるには確実にもう一人の協力者が必要なんじゃない？
That's right, I am.
じゃあその人とはもう話がついているの？
No, but that negotiation's next on my to-do list.
これからって一見綿密に練られた計画のように見えて肝心なところは体当たり。そういうところは朝子そっくりね。
Guess I'll just have to show you that that isn't the only thing I picked up from my master.
ええ、期待しているわ。
Yeah, he also picked up misogyny. As a bright-eyed, idealistic educator, I'm sure she's here at this hour. After seeing off JB, I arrive at the principal's office in search of my second most essential accomplice. Pardon me, coming in. Oh my god. As usual, I barge in without knocking. I catch a brief glimpse of Chizuru making a face into a small mirror before she jumps out of her seat with a girlish little shriek. God. You'd think I'd walked in on some innocent maiden changing clothes. Thanks, I hate it!
年齢的にはまだ十分乙女の範囲です。
Chizuru?
それから女性の部屋を訪ねるときはノックくらいするものでしょ？
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Chizuru. Sorry about that. Apparently, I seem to have picked a somewhat awkward moment to visit.
で、何しに来たの？まさか顔を見に来たってわけじゃないんでしょ？
Yeah, thought I'd take you on a date today, Chizuru. Get your things.
あなたには小峰さんっていう彼女がいるじゃない。それなのに私とデートなんてしたら浮気になっちゃう。
Okay, the fact she didn't say no and just said, but that would be cheating on your girlfriend. Okay, yeah, she's not opposed to just the idea of the date. Also, come on, as we know, Polly's a thing.
そんなのダメよ。
The hell are you getting all flustered about? It's a joke, obviously. It is in fact a thing, yep.
じゃあ本題は？
My god, she is actually not opposed to the idea of going on a date with Yuji. This is why I want a Chizuru route. Judging from the look in her eyes and the tone of her voice, it's probably best to stop screwing around now. Alright, I'll explain in detail, but basically, I want your cooperation with a little plan of mine.
私に協力してほしいこと？
That's right. So, as I'm sure you can imagine, I could really use your help as a standing member of the board of directors. And as the prefectural governor's daughter. Thanks, Nick! What's the matter? That time of the month? Really sneaks up on you, doesn't it? Jesus Christ.
違います。 あなたがあまりに突拍子もないことを言うものだから驚きすぎて声が出なかっただけです。
Oh? I was being perfectly serious, though.
それはまあ風見くんのことだから話を面白おかしくしているわけじゃないとは思っていたけれど、まさかそんなことを考えていたなんて。
Our heart's been frozen solid for a very long time now. Thawing it out is gonna require some serious kinetic energy.
で、そのきっかけとなったのが休み明けに実施される学力テストだったわけね。
Right. It was a complete coincidence that Michiru asked Sachi to get rid of the test, but ultimately, we have a chance to settle things in one shot thanks to your timely assistance.
いい話って、私はあなたにそんなことをさせるためにテストの話を持っていったわけじゃないのよ。
Yes, I know. If we do carry out Michiru's request, you're probably going to be the one inconvenienced most severely.
そうよ。テストをなくそうとすることでどれだけの影響が出るかは未知数だし。
So if you refuse to cooperate, Chizuru, I have no choice but to scrap this plan.
ずるい言い方ね。私がダメだって言えないのを知っているくせに。
How about this? I'll make you a promise in exchange. Sachi's gonna be herself again. I'm going to make that happen.
その言葉、信じていいのね。
Yeah.
わかりました。そういうことなら、私も風見くんに協力させてもらいます。
Thanks. And sorry to drag you into this.
私のことはいいけれど、いくら私が学園長だからといって、この学園自体は私のものじゃない。それは分かっているわよね。
Yeah, principals don't own the building. Even so, I know you'll find a way to do what needs to be done.
そう言ってハルデラさんを籠絡したのかしら。
Yes. Oh? How'd you know I brought JB in already?
私があなただったら間違いなくハルデラさんの力を借りているもの。
I see. Persuasive reasoning.
でも年下の男の子に公務翻弄されていると年上女性の威厳も型なしね。
Not to worry. It's not like you had much to lose in the first place. What with that baby face of yours?
風見くん、
Oh my god. Don't get all huffy. There are plenty of ladies out there who'd kill to be mocked for their youthful appearance.
まったく、あなたのそういうところは誰に似たのかしら。
Interesting question. Guess that'd have to be my master.
風見くんの師匠というと草壁麻子さんのことね。
Right. Kusakabe Asako. The woman I called Master. I don't know how I would feel about that mocking for youthful appearance line. Yeah, I don't really know either. Yeah, being mocked for a youthful appearance, I guess, would just be everyone underestimating you or ignoring you because you just look young, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. It sounds kind of patronizing. Like, it sounds like they just infiltrate. Yeah, that'd probably be it. That's probably the closest I can think of. She adopted me, a child breathing, but in no other sense living, and patiently raised me into someone capable of working for Ichigaya. You could say I'm only standing here thanks to her. That debt's something I won't ever be able to forget, even if I was inclined to try.
私は直接会ったことはないけれど、ハルデラさんからも話は聞いているわ。
Also
す
apparently
ごい人だったって。
misogynistic herself. Everything fucking Yuji says is apparently shit she said. It's like, alright, whatever. That's a pretty decent summary. Even after all this time, with everything she taught me and a hell of a lot of independent study, I'm still 10 sizes too small to fill her shoes.
そう。
Kusakabe Asako was without a doubt the most extraordinary person I've ever known. But ironically enough, she was also the woman that helped me find something like normality.
それじゃあ話を戻すけれど、私はまず漫画を用意すればいいの。
Get the manga okay, JB is getting me soup, and Chizuru is gonna get me manga. Kind of surprised you know a slang term like that.
ソフトウェア開発をしている友達が使っていて驚いたことがあるから。
I see. Anyway, yeah. Once I have those, I'll get to work constructing a more specific plan.
分かったわ。明日には用意できると思うから、今日と同じくらいの時間に取りに来て。
Right. Also, I need a relatively sizable room without too much clutter.
そうね。それならグラウンド脇にある用具室を使っていいわよ。中はほとんど空だから。
Appreciate it. Sorry about all this.
分かっているとは思うけど、女性からもらったプレゼントのお返しは三枚返しが基本よ。
When repaying a woman's present, a threefold return is standard? Is that a thing? If so, I owe a lot of shit. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. When I arrive at the third floor of the dorm in search of Sachi, I find her crouched over a sizable pile of books, flipping pages with an expression of intense focus. Seems she's using the spare minutes waiting for the laundry to review a stack of reference materials. Not entirely out of character, to be sure. But this is a dramatic change from the dreamy thoughtfulness that followed our return from the beach. Instead of losing herself in distracted reveries, she's immersed in practical research. And just as I'd expected, the composure has already vanished from her face. Proof that she's realized her previous method won't work for this request. The circumstances are very different. On the most fundamental level, school buildings in question differ radically in scale and construction. After even a cursory comparison of those differences, it's simple enough to realize that the same trick is unlikely to work again. A Power Rangers Super Sentai fact? Okay. Is there anything specific you'd want to know? Or do I just want to have to pull something off the top of my head? Nothing specific? Alright, let's let's see. Think of a good impress you? Ooh. I really gotta think, because I feel like I've spouted off a few facts just, you know, in conversation when we were all together with the guys. Okay. Alright, this will be kind of a semi-long one, but one I really, really like. I just want to get one person's name real quick, because I forget them off the top of my head. Where's this? I just need the... Search. God all fucking mighty, this is so... I'm just trying to get one person's name. There we go. Alright. Alright. So this is gonna be very, very, big. Alright. This actually, yeah, so, Johnny Young Bosch, who we know mostly from now, at least now, in anime, as people like Ichigo in Bleach, Lelouch from Code Geass, was the second Black Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Another, person, Renton from Eureka 7. Okay, yeah, that too. Dan Southworth, who was in, what's it called? Power Rangers Time Force as the 6th Ranger there, is also something of a VA. Pretty sure he's also a voice actor for other stuff, besides just being... Just want to confirm that real quick. Or is he just a straight actor? I think he might actually just be a straight actor. Yeah, I think. Okay, no, he's just a straight actor. Alright. So Dan Southworth, another Power Rangers actor. Yeah, he's just there. He played the Quantum Ranger back in the day. And a third person, Ruben Langdon. Well, technically not on Power Rangers or in Super Sentai, was, and actually is, a stunt actor and also the actual straight-up actor for a character on another Japanese superhero show from the Metal Hero franchises, which is more along the same lines as Power Rangers, Super Sentai, and Kamen Rider. He's an American dude that knows Japanese, and again, he straight up was just the actual actor in one show. Granted, it was a semi-minor role, but he did transform in that show. Why do I bring all three of those up? Because all three of them are also voice actors in the Devil May Cry series. Ruben Langdon, voicing Dante, Dan Southworth, voicing Virgil, Dante's brother, and Johnny Young Bosch, voicing, Nero, Virgil's son. So all of them had actually separate things entirely, but all connected that way. So there's your kind of weird sort of semi-Power Rangers Sentai fact, also with an anime video game fact. You got 3 different actors from 3 different shows, all in one game. If that's a cop-out, I can choose a different fact, if you're okay with that, Jen. I can choose a different one. I love that. That's just one I really like. Actually, you know, I'll just give a different fact. Entirely. Mostly because I want to talk. I like I think this is like one of the first times someone has redeemed this, so I want to get used to get a lot of use from it. In what is technically the 4th season, Power Rangers Zeo, when they were introducing really starting to introduce what will be the 6th Ranger of that season, the Gold Ranger, their initial plan was to bring over a character from a canceled, because they ran out of footage for it, kind of Power Rangers type spin-off, VR Troopers. They had brought his actor in to just be the voiceover for them, because initially the Gold Ranger was who just show up, he was in the suit, then he would disappear. No one knew who he was. But the person they had voicing him at the time was the person who voiced one of the main characters from VR Troopers. Their initial plan was just, yes, it's going to be the exact same character. Plans for that fell through. And they ended up changing that to be actually bringing in the actor who was the original Red Ranger, who had left the show early on. They managed to convince him to come back, and he came back to the show to be the 6th Ranger. But that was only after they introduced an alien character that was the Gold Ranger, but because of plot reasons couldn't maintain the powers, and they had to pass it off to someone else, so they would be secured. Honestly, it makes sense that Power Rangers people do voice acting, because so much of doing Power Rangers is just dubbing the original fight sequences. Yep. As opposed to Motorcycle Guy? Oh my god. But leading up to that whole Gold Ranger reveal of who they are, and before the original Red Ranger took over as him, they had left some red herrings as to who the Gold Ranger could be. The three possibilities were Billy, the original Blue Ranger, who was taking more of a side role in Zeo, being more their tech support, and not being a Ranger at all. Tommy's then introduced half-brother, who was just kind of shown hanging around with everyone every few episodes, which also is another minor fact, was actually played by Jason David Frank's actual brother. And shockingly of all, Skull, the one of the two from the comedic duo of Bulk and Skull, that have just been that were just around the whole time. So those are 3 people that could have potentially been the Gold Ranger, but were just red herrings. So there you go, you got kind of a double fact. Double fact and trivia. I love spouting off stuff like that. And now, the bananas are mine. I shall take them. Clearing the queue. That's 100, maybe well spent. I don't know. At this point, it comes down to whether or not she can find an entirely different approach, but... well, I have almost 15k. Damn. Nice. So 100 is nothing. True, very true. Right now, Sachi can't even sense my presence at her side. the law she's imposed on herself, her absolute need to be a good girl, has forced her into a state of such obsessive concentration that nothing else even registers. Of course, I expected something of this sort, but it's the first time I've seen Sachi this intensely serious. Her self-assured air of easy confidence has vanished without a trace. The request she's currently grappling with presents an exceptionally thorny problem, after all. On some level, Sachi seems to realize that she's fast approaching a moment of truth. In that case, the best thing I can do for the girl right now is allow her to simmer in her own desperation. God damn.
それではこれで失礼させていただきますね。
Do I want to end the stream on that? I'll at least save right
セーブし
now.
ますか？
The Scheme Part 2. Oh my god. How far am I from the end? I'm just looking up the names of scenes to find out how far from the end I am. Oh, good Christ, I'm not even close. Oh, I'm kind of close, but there's still a lot to happen. So, you know what? I think I will call it there for today. Yeah, I'm not going to continue on with that for now. So we have this nice uplifting music after thinking about making a test go away. Because of course. Whew. So, small-ish little announcement. Tomorrow, stream is potentially going to be delayed a little bit. Have to take Ruby into the vet for her annual checkup and see if she's got to get any shots. She's got to get her shots and whatnot, and that's going to be early-ish in the morning, 9-ish or so. I don't know how long it could take. It probably won't take very long at all, but I don't know, so stream could potentially be delayed, so just kind of expect that. And tomorrow, we're also switching gears back into, what's it called? Switching gears into Digimon Survive. We're going to get back into that because we're not very far in that game. It is a very new game, and I have done pretty good in not spoiling myself on stuff that happens in it. So I'm really looking forward to that. More than anything. Because I love Digimon. I love Digimon a lot. Back in the whole good old Pokemon Digimon wars, I guess you could say, one's, just a rip-off of the other. Or what do you prefer more? Digimon, 100%. Pokemon's cool and all, but I just prefer it a lot more. I like Digimon so much more. The designs are so interesting. The stories they can come up with in the anime and the games are also amazing and crazy and cool. That's just me. I really like Digimon. It's something I really grew up on and had a lot of fun with back then. Trying to slowly recapture little bits of that. You all know how it is. Those little things from our childhood we like to kind of hold on to. Digimon's kind of one of those things. I really enjoy it, so that's why I'm excited for this game. Anyway, thanks to everybody for, watching, commenting, and lurking. I do appreciate it very, very much. Again, I will be back tomorrow, probably a little bit later. We'll be playing Digimon Survive tomorrow. And because I see a certain someone has, gone live, I'm gonna send everyone all over to Jen. She's playing through Danganronpa 2 right now, and having quite a good time with it. So send her all the love and attention and support she deserves. Oh, not many people. Oh well. So yeah, hope everybody has themselves a great rest of their day, and I'll see you next time.